gobyerno.
May porsyento na nga sila. Sila pa yung contractor. Sila pa rin yung supplier. Are we not going to ask ourselves, is corruption now becoming a norm in government? Is good governance becoming an exception?
Nakakalungkot aniyan.
Hoy, dahan-dahan ka na pagsasalita dyan.
Term, I tell my enemies, stop molesting me, you mongoloids.
I see corruption almost everywhere we turn. Every time they appoint an investigating committee, they turn up a bunch of snakes. Local government, high government, federal government, state government, business, every area of life, it seems, we have our corruption and we have our cutting of the corners and our cheating and our lying. Now, that doesn't mean that we're worse than any other generation, because every generation's been doing it. All have sinned. We're all sinners. The heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's always been true. But
Doon lamang sa harap po ng City Hall, doon sa Otek Street, right at the tip of the nose of the mayor of Baguio City, meron pong pasugalan doon.
Parang matagal na yan, ha?
But suddenly, he turned and point an accusing finger to the legislature. Mabuti po, Madam Speaker, basahin ko po yung parte ng kanyang sinabi. Ito po, and I quote, "Pero nakakalungkot, nothing have we heard from our legislators that they are willing to give up their pork barrels. Nakakalungkot na meron na nga silang tinatawag na porsyento sa bawat project, hindi pa nagsawa. May porsyento na nga sila pa ang contractor, sila pa rin ang supplier. Hintayin natin kung anong sasabihin ng ating mga magigiting na legislators. Hintayin natin silang magsalita. Hopefully, one of them will come out in the open and tell us it is about time that legislators should also give a big contribution to address a national government issue, especially on our national debt." Big words, Madam Speaker. It is as if the good mayor of Baguio would like to portray himself as the knight in shining armor, armed with a silver bullet to address corruption in this country. I'd like to believe that he is trying to project himself as the Hercules of Greece in mythology, who has tried to cleanse the Augean stables, the modern reference of graft and corruption, Madam Speaker. And so this representation initially reacted in his program several days ago, armed with the annual audit report of COA ending December 31, 2022. This representation pointed out that 347 development projects prioritized by the city of Baguio were never implemented. They are worth 943 million pesos, Madam Speaker. So the intended purpose, the intended socio-economic and environmental services to the targeted beneficiaries were not delivered. A portion of that audit report, Madam Speaker, also showed that 40 of the ongoing partially implemented projects were terminated because they incurred substantial negative slippage. 26 of them, valued 40 million pesos, incurred negative 15%. What does this mean, Madam Speaker? This means that there is no actual monitoring and supervision of the projects. The COA said the required detailed engineering activities were never undertaken. The total of those 40 ongoing projects is 96 million pesos, Madam Speaker. the funds received from DPWH intended to construct a multipurpose building and the athletic oval bowl in Burhan Park, Madam Speaker, were used to pay the progress billing of a separate city project in violation of the project's Memorandum of Agreement and in violation of the GAA of 2021. That's diversion, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the accounts of the special education tax and the real property tax amounting to 456 million pesos could not be ascertained. Why? Because of the unreconciled difference between the reported balance of the city accounting office and the reported tax due of the city treasury office in the amount of 265 million pesos, or a discrepancy of some 191 million pesos. By December 31, 2022, the total unsettled notice of disallowances and charges, Madam Speaker, as audited by COA, totaled 235 million pesos. Even the local disaster reduction management fund in the total of 405 million pesos, only 106 million pesos were utilized, Madam Speaker, showing a utilization rate of 26%. Why? Why do they have to withhold the services that are due to the constituents of Baguio? Why is it that COA was able to note a time deposit of the city of Baguio in the amount of 4.3 billion pesos? Bakit hindi po nila gastahin? This is supposed to mitigate the effects of the environment, to shield and protect the people of Baguio.
Ba, matindi pala racket niyan, ano?
Bakit po iipunin ang 4.3 billion pesos in the treasury, in the banks, at hindi gamitin?